The show for Yahoo that we debuted yesterday is called We Need Help, and it stars Cheryl Hines and Rachel Harris, and it's a show where they are playing heightened versions of themselves, and they both share an assistant, and let's just say hilarity ensues.
Make him miserable.
And they make him miserable to boot. Yes, exactly. So that was yesterday, and then today we're here with AOL, and we've got our NASCAR project, which was announced, well, imminently being announced, but I think the press release went out this morning. And that's a project with Dylan Kozniewski, who is he the youngest driver?
He's pretty young. He's
Yeah.
he's a 17-year-old NASCAR driver.
And it's going to be an unscripted kind of docu-style show that we're doing in conjunction with NASCAR Productions, and it is the trials and tribulations of a young guy who's kind of coming up in his career, jumping to the next level, a fish out of water story. He's moving to Charlotte from Las Vegas. You can't imagine two more diametrically opposite cities. And third, I think that he, while all of his friends, he just went to prom this past weekend before he came to the NewFronts. His friends are kind of moving on in a more traditional trajectory, going to college, experiencing all those kinds of young adult things. He's being thrust into an environment that many of us haven't had to go through until we were much older. I think having come from both mediums, and Larry as well, he's done television and I've done film in the past, and I think there's so much more freedom, and I think you're allowed, it's a world of infinite possibility because the barrier for entry is lower, and I think that allows a lot more opportunity and a lot more opportunities at bat. God forbid there's failure, you can keep going, whereas, as I always say, the internet jail is not as extreme as the movie or the television jail these days, where the stakes are so much higher. So I think it's a great space for talent, and I think talent of all levels is starting to really understand that, and that they can really understand they can make whatever project they want and have millions of eyeballs, just as many as on cable or television, as network television.
It's been an incredible journey just from the first NewFronts a year ago. Our motto for this NewFronts is how the difference a year makes. I think we're past the point where people are wondering, will the best programming be on digital? The same way they wondered that about cable, and then cable evolved to the best shows on television, and I think we're right on the cusp of that for digital as well. And what we've seen at the NewFronts, not only our own titles, which we're really excited about, but the overall level of programming has taken a tremendous leap from just a year ago. So we're very excited about that because we've been betting on this now for a few years, and we're now seeing the acceptance and the appreciation and the enthusiasm for digital-first programming. It's exciting. Our model to date has been creating great programming that distributors with audiences are interested enough in that they'll actually license it from us. But we do work with our distributors, and one of the other titles we're showing here today is Season 2 of Little Women, Big Cars, where we actually worked with AOL to bring in Allstate as a presenting sponsor. We worked with the writer of the series, Sherry Coben. We did integration into the storyline and created a package on an already successful show that was just so compelling that they came in a big way. So we work closely with our distributors, we work with brands where it's appropriate, but it's really about programming that's great and that the distributors want on their platforms. And we're very advertiser friendly, and I think the Allstate Little Women, Big Cars Season 2 is a good example of that.
What's the difference between digital and TV? What is a TV in 2013?